Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kathy Cronin, and I'd like to introduce the lovely ladies who are participating in this panel discussion. We have Karen Downey, we have Susan Jarboe, and we have Reverend Linda. And before we get started, let's take a moment to be able to get centered, to take time to just bring us in this present moment. And a lot of times it helps just to close your eyes, to blot out the distractions around you, and take a few cleansing deep breaths to breathe in the spirit. And we exhale, releasing tension. And if you plant your feet firmly on the ground, you feel very rooted in the Mother Nature. We sit up a little taller. We open ourselves to the breath of life that surrounds us. And we say in a prayer, we are so grateful, dear Father God, Mother Spirit. We ask the Lord of our lightnings, the universal power that enlightens us to the wisdom that is around us. We know that each and every day we are guided in the directions that will bring us to our highest good. We say thank you for this opportunity to join together, to share these thoughts, and to be open to expressing the things that are in our heart. We thank you for this many blessings and for this panel and for the church to give us this opportunity to reach more people in spreading the word of God. Amen. So today, my topic is from the Unity Booklet, Mindful Moments. It's the Finding Peace, Finding Meaning. And the article that I selected was written by Reverend Kurt Condra, who is the Unity of North Shore minister in Evanston, Illinois. And since we've gone into a new year, I wanted to let's look at what this new year, 2026, could bring to us, or this time of change and going on. So this is what Reverend Kurt Condra wrote. As a teen, I spent spring and summer breaks on the beaches of Southern California. Coming from the Midwest, I imagined endless sunshine and sparkling waves. Instead, most mornings, a thick marine layer shrouded the Orange County coast in a gloomy haze. Only by midday would the sun burn through, revealing the idyllic surf scenes I had dreamt of. It's an apt metaphor for peace. Just as the sun is always shining behind the fog, divine peace is ever present beneath the turmoil of daily life. Yet, in our human experience, it is often obscured. Anger, anxiety, frustration, and the violence we witness in the world can feel like an impenetrable fog. Suffering can make it difficult to access or express the deep peace that is our truest nature. Just as I couldn't will the maritime layer to dissipate, I cannot single-handedly dissolve the conflicts and injustices that obstruct world peace. Global crisis, systematic oppression, and deeply rooted divisions may seem insurmountable, but we are not powerless. The key lies in how we think about these obstructions. Instead of fixating on the haze, we are called to align with the larger rhythm of life, trusting that, just as the sun inevitably breaks through fog, divine light is always present, ready to reveal itself. This principle aligns with our other spiritual teachings. Many of us encountered unity through prosperity teachings in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. We learned that prosperity requires a shift in consciousness from scarcity to sufficiency, from struggle to trust in infinite abundance. The same spiritual laws apply to developing a consciousness of health and wholeness. Many of us grew up critical of our bodies seeing illness as an inevitable enemy. Instead, we've learned to consciously claim the wholeness and resilience that exist within us. World peace demands the same level of transformation. It is not about escaping into a private sanctuary, isolating ourselves from suffering, or bypassing discomfort by ignoring the world's pain. To be clear, meditation and prayer are excellent practices for cultivating inner peace. They are a powerful and necessary beginning toward establishing peace on earth, and we are being called higher. World peace requires engagement, not retreat. Clearing the haze of division calls for awareness, resilience, and the courage to stand in the truth of our oneness, even when separation feels easier. It means witnessing suffering without becoming consumed by it, holding space for both earthly realities and spiritual transformation. True peace is not passive. It is an active stance, a commitment to seeing through the haze and embodying the possibility of something greater. As we build resilience, we develop the capacity to hold the world's pain in a way that does not shatter us, but empowers us to be a force for healing. By doing this deep inner work, we become the light that burns away the fog, not just for ourselves, but for the world. I wanted to share this since we are just starting a new year off, and it's a time of looking at the world peace that's going on. And I'm sure that many of us, have seen that, and also many of us have just tuned out to just say it's so overwhelming and we're tuning out from us. And I wanted to talk about this a little bit because one of the things that I've gotten from Unity Village is their annual mailing, and it's the word of intention. And they send me a magnet and I write what my word for the year is. For 2025, my word of intention was hope, that I stood in the light of hope, and that when I felt overwhelmed with things that were going on outside of me, I had held on to the hope that something better was coming, something greater was going to be happening. And my word this year for 2026 is peace. And the peace I'm looking for is that peace of mind, that inner peace, the peace that knowing that with God we can co-create the world we want to see, that we can be tuned in. And I loved his analogy about the fog, the haze, the marine layer. Living in Southern California, we often have the gloomy Junes and the fogs and marine layer that's so sucked in, and we sort of think, where's that sunshine that's sitting over my shoulders? But it's knowing that it's there behind those clouds. It's like knowing that God is there. It's behind us, and we can get through this fog, through this times of things, and see a better world for everyone, and see a better country and a better life for each of us. That through this, that we can work through this fog, this haze, and hold that vision. And it is about holding that vision. This picture, that background that sits behind me, was sunrise on the basically on the English Channel. I was in Great Britain doing a cruise, and it was a reminder that tomorrow's a new day, that the sun will rise and shine upon us. And I can see the workings of God in each thing that comes by. So I know if I can hold this vision of inner peace, of that peace of mind, that I can start to permeate that out to others and do my part in bringing about this peacefulness around my neighborhood, peacefulness around my family, and that peace and joy that comes together. So I want to open this to the panel about their thoughts about that and how they feel that inner peace can have a global impact, how they can make a change or feel they can make a change in the world by having that peace within them. So who would like to share their thoughts?
I also liked the metaphor of the marine layer. When I moved back to California about 20 years ago, uh, I experienced the May gray and the June gloom. And I wondered what had happened to sunny California. One of the things I always like about the Unity Church is when at the end of a service we hold hands and let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And I think that inner peace is very important because emotional conditions are as catching as the measles. And if we're feeling down or upset or angry, we may unintentionally pass that feeling on to somebody else. We might, bring them down. Uh, and so I think, yeah, if we can't make peace with our neighbors, how can we expect the leaders to be able to make peace with other leaders from other countries? One of the things that struck me about your remarks was how um, sometimes we can get really discouraged when we think of the state of the world. And some of us avoid the news, and some of us are news junkies in terms of keeping up with everything. When I get really discouraged about the state of the world, there's something that I remember, and I look at what we might call previous successes. I mean, if you think about what the last 60 years, in terms of justice, look what's been happening. There's been the civil rights movement, there's been women's rights, and look, we're even talking about animal rights. So we're paying much more attention to justice, as a people than we have before. And to me, that's very positive. And while the world today, may seem awful at times, think back to, say, the medieval era, the 1500s or the 1600s. We don't burn people at the stake for alleged witchiness. So when I think of the progress we have made, and sometimes I deliberately focus on it, to me, that is God moving in the world. That those are examples of how God works. And when I think about that, then I have the confidence and comfort to carry on. Thank you for this, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh boy. Um, just from the reading that you did and the comments, that Susan made, I'm God, the last 5 years for me have been an education. Um, I don't listen to mainstream news. I do my own research. And I have found YouTube. In fact, I don't know if my TV, I don't know if it goes to TV or not. My remote control, I click on YouTube and then I can search out who I want to listen to, and what I want to listen to. And what I have found in just doing research, um, there's a lot of secrets that have been kept um, throughout humanity, and a lot of that stuff is coming to the surface. And for me, it's like we're as sick as the secrets we keep. And there's been a whole lot of not good things that have gone on. And I feel very there's a lot of turbulence going on and fighting and pointing fingers and I'm right and you're wrong. Well, I don't have that really isn't a part of my reality because I can do my own research now. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would be doing those things and listening to different books and I find it really inspirational. Um, I find there's a lot of truth that's been censored. And so I can kind of go to the core and look for myself. And to me, that has been very, very, very rewarding. I've also, over the last few years, really looked at a lot of astrological researchers, not, what's your sun sign or the stuff that's in the paper, but the astrologers and astronomers that have gone back in history, because everything is a cycle, whether it's the weather, whether it's culture, human nature, cycles. Um, and we are going through a cycle, a turbulence, and we have to go through that to get to the other side. And so a lot of things that are things that we never knew about that have been going on, um, are coming to the surface, which is a really good thing because until light is exposed on the dark, we can't grow. So I find a lot of inspiration in that. Of course, not too many people are willing, nor do they have the time to listen to podcasts and conversations. Most people want the 3 minute, tell me what's going on, and then on to the next thing. Well, I'm retired. I've got the time. And I probably do spend 5, 6 hours. I don't even know more listening to people's stories, listening to interviews and conversations. And I like to see the eyeballs, just like we do on our panel discussions, watching the body language, listening to people share their stories. I find very inspirational. So, life is in transition, and we can all ride the wave because we have each other. And God hasn't brought us this far to bring us into more turbulence, but we have to go through the transition to get to the other side. And we have to be awake at the things that have gone on and are going on to make change or to say, no, I don't want to be a part of that. So kind of goes back to taking responsibility for our lives, not following a crowd, and making our own decisions with discernment, going into our own heart. And thank you for bringing this conversation.
Thank you, everybody. I love this topic. I remember it was about 30 years ago when I first stepped into a Unity church and I heard the peace song, let there be peace on earth. We talked about that. And the idea that peace on earth could start with me really confused me. I just didn't get it. And then when Susan said, I wrote it down, emotions are as contagious as the measles. What a wonderful explanation. When I have that inner peace, I spread it to the people who are around me who spread it and spread it. And those are the pebbles we drop into the pond. I'm not some world leader who can set any kind of principle or mandates or change the laws. I am a spiritual being able to create peace within me and watch it spread throughout the world. That inner stillness. When I'm good with me, it's like I give permission for everybody to be good with who they are too. I love this topic. I've really enjoyed the conversations. Thank you so much for bringing this to us.
Well, I want to thank everybody on my panel for your thoughts and for sharing, your things about the peace and the situations in the world and what we as individuals can do. I love the analogy of how we always sing the "Let There Be Peace on Earth," that we close with that because, those voices together are, speaking out to that higher power that we're asking. In a sense, it's a prayer that there is to be peace. And whatever the thing is for you is what you see going around you is if you can find a way to keep that inner peace, to have that peace of mind, that which is happening around is not taking you into that vortex, into that circle of anxiety and things, and just try to hold that peace within. And I love how Susan shared that through history, there have been turbulent times, and we've continued to get through those, and we will move forward. So I just hope that you can find this year a sense of peace, inner peace, that peace of mind, and find comfort in that. And I want to also share, as we talked about this and the panel shared, one of the quotes that Mahatma Gandhi is sort of he's credited for it. It's not sure that he was the one that said it, but it was about, be the change you want to see in the world. So if being peaceful and calm is what you want to see in the world, then living in peace and calm and not putting that anxiety out there will bring it. Because if you're at peace, you've given everybody else the opportunity to be at peace with you. So I want to thank my panel. I appreciate them giving their thoughts and being a part of this. I want to thank those who joined us today and invite you to leave your comments or your reactions to this, any of your thoughts and any of the things that helped spark something for you. We will resist. Look, Reverend Linda does look at these, and we all do. We all see these responses, so we appreciate knowing that something fit for you, or that you want something more. Ask for those topics that you want to have more in depth, or something you want to know. We're so grateful for Unity Church of El Cajon for being a part of this, and you can reach out to the church to let them know that you would like to be a part of our panel. We welcome everyone to join us. The more the merrier, and we love to hear people's input. So until our next time, we're going to send you out with the thoughts of, having peace. That inner peace is with you. May peace be with you. So have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments. which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.